to have you guys here again. Follow, you're welcome. Uh, Sorry, I'm 5 minutes late. Well, today we want to do Celpip writing, and then we'll go just Celpip writing part one and part two. I'll start with the email writing. Let me see. So, can you guys hear me? So, let's just go ahead and start when other people come. So, oh Jesus! Let's just go ahead. When other people come, they will meet us wherever we are, because I need to rest. I'm tired. So this is an email, and I guess it's not. I guess it's a formal email. So let's read. You recently visited. Oh, I'm not sharing. Sorry, let me share my screen on YouTube so that it can record the practice. So let's start. You recently visited a local community health center for a routine checkup. When you arrived for your scheduled appointment, you discovered that the new online booking system had double booked several patients, causing long wait times and confusion. Write an email to the health center administrator in 150 to 200 words. Your email should do the following: describe the experience with the new your experience with the new appointment system. Explain how the double booking affected you and other patients. And three, suggest improvement for to prevent similar problems in future. So okay, yeah. We can move to we already there on you. Oh, YouTube, we already have 6 people. I wasn't even looking. Yeah. I don't know if this is clear on TikTok. It's clear enough. So first, for email writing or self-pip writing, one thing you should always pay attention to is your bullet point. These are your tasks. Your task. This is actually what they want you to do. These three things. This one here is a background story. This one here is the task they want you to do, and you must make sure that whatever you are writing, it must you must answer this question, and answer this question. The moment you did not answer any of the question, your task fulfillment is reduced, and if your task fulfillment is reduced, it will spill over to other ones. I always say it in my video. Sorry. I always say it in my video. So to start, the first thing you also do, because although in this one, if I go back now, if you check, they will tell you, they said formal booking or this thing. They told you, that is a formal, but in some people exam, they will not tell you whether it's formal or informal. But when you read the email, it will tell you, oh, this is a formal email. Of course, when you read this, is a formal email. And if you want to start your email, normally you use dear so hi, or you can say good afternoon, or like normal way when you're at work and you're writing email, how you write your email. And in a situation where you're writing a formal email, to be safe, try to use, and you're writing to an external person, you're writing to an organization where you are not a member of. It's a different thing when you are writing the email to your, what's it called, to your manager. Is a formal email, but then you are familiar with your manager. If you're writing to your manager, you already know that, oh, you are familiar with your manager, so you can actually say hi John because you know your manager's name or whatever name you choose. But if you're writing to an external person like this person now, the health center administrator, you don't you most most of the time you may not know the person's name. So it's safe to be on safe side whenever you're writing to an external person. They say write to an email administrator or write to a service manager. Just say, dear service manager. That's your greetings. And make sure you always put that greeting. Dear service, that one like so if you're writing to an use the title of the person. If it's an organization in your own workplace now, it's okay to use name, any name, it doesn't matter. So you write dear administrator. I'm not going to be using time, but I want us to be developing this write up together. Yeah, health center. Sorry. Why is comma and you enter to the next one? When you enter, it's okay, you can come here, but I like to give a space in between and then start my writing because that's what I would usually do at work. Anyways, so the first thing is what kind of one thing you always ask yourself, and also note that when you want to do your email writing or any of the writing, do not just come and start writing. You need to look at these things. Now you have read these things, you read the bullet points. They have asked you, describe your experience. Describe means write in details. Tell them the process of your experience. Because I know, like, there was a time I asked somebody to send their writing sample to me and they said describe something. The person just said, you already know. Like, they said describe, that means write in details. Explain, right? So you must pay attention to the keywords. So your first bullet point. So for the first 3 minutes, use it to plan your writing. Do not just come and start writing. You will waste a whole lot of time in when you are writing if you do not take 3 minutes to think about, oh, what am I going to talk about in bullet point one, what am I going to talk about here, and what am I going to talk about here. For me now, if I see this writing, for instance, I'm going to describe your experience with the new appointment booking system, and it's already telling me, I will say, oh, apart from introduction, we are still going to write that, but I'm just telling you what you do, like before you start writing, you are planning. Let's do that planning together before we get into writing the email. This planning, what will I write? Describe your experience with the new appointment booking. My experience, of course, what they're asking you, when you the system itself. So you are going to write, oh, at the point of booking, using that system online, probably you're using it on your phone to book an appointment. What are the experiences that you can take? For me, the first thing that came to my mind when I read this question now was, oh, when you are using a system, what are they? Because I always tell you, if you go to Celpip people official YouTube page, they will always say be as specific as you can when you are writing. So the first thing that I talked about that if I want to be very specific when using a system, I will say that, oh, I am the system the system is user friendly. That is, the interface is user friendly. You can just say the system is user friendly. It's because I'm used to using like interface or navigate to the sidebar or anything. So I was be as specific as you are. If you're using a system, you say, oh, you acknowledge the fact that, oh, but the experience. Okay, the first experience, I would say, oh, that because it's not only they already tell you the problem. And another thing is that when you read your background story, they already tell you the problem to discuss about. Here, they are telling you this is the problem you want to talk about, the double booking. But like I said in one of my videos, it's not just about like always saying problem. If they ask you to say discuss a particular problem, it's okay if you can still mention a good thing. And what it does for you is that while you are trying to mention that good thing, it will make you to use a complex sentence because in a way, for instance, if I want to do this, how I will say a good thing and then mention my problem is that why the system interface or the system interface was very friendly, was user friendly. However, you will now start stating the negative experience, because even the good thing is also part of the experience, because they didn't tell you to describe whether just the negative experience. So here they just said describe your experience. So I'm going to talk about all the experience I feel I had, the good and the bad. So the good, I will first start with the good. Why the interface was user friendly of the new online booking is user friendly. However, I can now start saying the system required more personal information than other online apartment booking platforms that I have used in the past. That is, it was requiring for more information. And also, like, I'm just thinking, because once you see something, just think about something you have done that is similar to this case you are giving. Okay, this one, I was also like say, okay, maybe when I have appointment, one of the problem or experience that I always involve is that after you book appointment, they will always send you confirmation email. This thing came to my mind. So I'll say, in addition, in addition, I also did not receive a confirmation email after the booking. You see, this is me. I have described my experience when I was using the platform, the good and the bad. I started with the good and I ended it with too bad. The good is that the interface is very friendly and easy to use. And the bad is the fact that it was requiring for a whole lot of information that took time for me to fill out the whole information, and it did not send me the email confirmation. So in my book, when I see this thing now for bullet point one, I will just list out the things I will describe there, because you need to identify keywords, experience, and describe. These are the things that they want you to talk about. My experience, I would have listed the good one. What is the good experience? The bad one. What did I say that is good? Okay, easy to use. The second one is the fact that, what's that thing I mentioned again? You see, I didn't even easy to use. What's the second thing I mentioned? The one problem I mentioned, I just mentioned now. Okay, it required a whole lot of information, personal information, why I was filling it, which took a whole lot of time. And the other thing is the fact that it didn't send me a confirmation email. I will write these three in my this thing. Just keep the word no confirmation email, no required a lot of information, easy to use, so that I will know that when I start writing, this point now is just to start writing things. What it will flow easily when you already have your point, your ideas that you want to discuss. Then the second one said, explain how double booking affected you and how the double booking affected you and other patients. So now, some people now may want to come and, if you see something like this, you may just want to come and start talking about, oh, we now that the system booked everybody double. They said, explain how it affected you. So you have to explain. Yes, there is double booking. They already know that they have stated it is no longer an issue. Your point is not, but how did it affect you? That is what. So make sure that you are understanding and you are answering the question and not answering another thing. They will not come and start telling you, oh, state the problem again. Some people will come and restate, oh, there was a problem of double booking. So you can say, to make matter worse, or to make matter worse, the problem of double, when I arrived, there was a problem of double booking, which left a lot of where a lot of what's it called, a lot of patients. I was trying to use, you see how I wanted to be specific. When you come to hospital, this is a hospital, right? Clinic. When I go to the clinic, and also when, like, you want to write, for instance, you can use where you're supposed to use health center, you can use it in one place. If you have need to use like health center again, don't use health center again, use another synonym. You can say, when I got to the clinic, because I know why I didn't use this health center again is because I know that I'll use it in my introduction. So when I got to the clinic, I realized that myself and other patients, all the patients were, or several patients, they say several patients, they didn't say all, several patients, including myself, were double booked for the same time slot. Like, because if you say double booked, it doesn't really, but you have to be specific. Like, or we are giving the, even if you don't want to, like, you can just use simple English, but try to be specific. Is when you are trying to be specific that indirectly you are increasing your vocabulary. So I'll say things like what's it when I go to the clinic, I realized that several patients and myself were double booked for the same time, or you can say the same time slot, the same time, which left us frustrated and caused a lot of confusion. They already also gave you, because I used to say sometimes a whole lot of things you talk about in your email writing is already in this place, you know, in your background story. So you can use the idea that you can see when you read your question, when you ask yourself, oh, what will I talk about here? How did it explain how it affected you? You just mix it up. You'll be mixing it up with what you have in your background story. So I'll say that I realized that a lot of the patients had been booked for the same time slot, and this caused a lot of confusion and overcrowding, because of course when there is different, many people will be in the same spot because two people has been double booked, so and caused overcrowd. So you think about okay, explain how it affected you. The problem it caused is that it will cause overcrowding. Many people will be there, of course, because instead of having 10 people, 20 people are there. It caused overcrowding. So you will pick each of your keyword in your bullet point and try to be specific. Ask yourself, oh, what does double booking cause? Overcrowding. It will cause confusion, chaos. So that it caused overcrowding and long time waiting, because many people like, of course everybody is there, they will now find a way to still let people go in, and so it will cause long hour of waiting. It's okay, long wait time. It has even been stated there that it caused long hour of waiting. And so they now said, explain how it affected you. So you now said, this cost me to miss. You can say like shipping an important event that you missed. You can say maybe your child recital, or you missed of other appointments, or you can also say something like, oh, you missed what's it called? You missed a very important commitment, maybe business meeting that you would have gone afterward. So this is you. You must explain in details. So try as much as possible to explain. You see, when you are explaining in details, that's how you are developing each of your paragraph, because you have idea, then you develop them in details. Then suggest improvement to prevent similar problem. If I see improvement, what can they do? How to improve this system? They need to test this. For me, I can say system update. They should test the system thoroughly before using it again, and also to improvement, something that although personally is something that I am very familiar with. Not that I'm familiar with booking, but I'm just saying, like, when I go for my appointment, there is always somebody checking there. So what came to my mind right now is to say that is a staff is to suggest an improvement. A staff should be assigned with monitoring, what's it called? Monitoring this system to make sure that any um any potential double booking or any double booking is resolved before the appointment date in future. Do you understand? So this is you. You don't need to suggest a whole lot of solution. One or two solution is fine, and you end it. Before you even finish writing all of this, and I said you would have reached your how many words? Okay, you would have it's 200 words. That is your maximum, or 150 to 200 words. So do you guys want us to write this out, or we should use another question and explain? Do you want me to develop? I would wait for you. Do you people want me to develop this? Uh-uh. TikTok people, do you want me to develop this right up, or yes, let's write it out. Okay. So if I want to start, I'll say dear health center administrator, or you can just say dear administrator. It's fine. I'll say um I'm writing to express my disappointment with the so for your introduction, you always write, for me, I always write purpose and kind of a background. So that's what I write in my introduction. I'm writing to express my disappointment with the new online booking system. Like this thing, it will always also correct you in exam. When you're writing something, it would underline if you write similar spelling to what you and it's not correct, it will show you that it's not correct. So don't panic about, oh, my spellings or anything. So it will always like tell you, oh, this thing is wrong. Um, um, so my frustration about the new online booking system. Why? Mhm. Hold on. Yes, there is a corrector in the exam. It will always underline. I remember I wanted to use, oh, in my exam, there is this word. I want to remember that word I wanted to write. And the spelling ran away from my head. What was that? Hysteria. Is it hysteria? No, not hysteria. Nostalgia feeling. I wanted to write nostalgia feeling, and then the spelling ran away from my head. But when I started writing it, it underlined it and it corrected it. But I know it was exactly what I wanted to write. So it gave me the correct one. I wanted to write nostalgia feeling in my exam, and it was I made a mistake in the spelling, and it underlined it, and I immediately I knew like, oh, this is the correction. So I will not be reading so that I can know what I'm writing. Although I'm writing to express my disappointment with the new appointment system. Uh, during during my recent visit to the health center last Wednesday. This is me being specific on when I visited last Wednesday. Full stop. Last Wednesday. Last Wednesday. So the background that will give. Okay. Mm, last Wednesday. Why? Okay. I had high expectations. But but my expectations were cut short. I may still correct it afterwards. When I'm writing, something else will come up in my mind. Somewhere were cut short. So for correction, I will leave it and correct everything at once. I don't want to be correcting. So this is me writing like an introduction of, oh, the purpose of me writing this email. So I will say, so oh, cut short. Why? You see why I try to use certain words. For instance, this one, although I had high expectation regarding the system when I heard about it, but my expectations were cut short. My excitement, or I can say, although I was excited to hear about, but okay, high expectations, or yeah, were cut short. What I'm just saying is that I try to use certain words. So I try as much as possible to use complex sentences, but do not force it if it doesn't work. Because, but don't use only simple sentence like stating, oh, like breaking your sentence too much. You break it because they grade you for your grammar, and that your grammar, your the kind of sentences that you use is part of the things that are graded here. Why the system interface was user friendly and easy to navigate. If you want to say navigate, you can say easy to use. That's the same thing. To use. However, I will now state my disappointment. What did I write? Oh, I did. What did I write down then? However, the system, the platform requested for a lot of personal information. Sorry, personal information that I would that's similar than sorry, this should be than similar platform online booking platform which took a lot of time to fill out. In addition, comma, the after completing the form, I didn't the system or I didn't receive any confirmation email to know if the I wanted to say to confirm, but then that means it will be like tautology to know if the booking is someone. Please, I have a question. I have a question. This Celpip, the exam, sorry, the exam is it a mock test too? I don't understand that your question. I don't. The exam system, is it a mock test too? All the ones that says exam is a mock test. I don't really go to the mock test side, but maybe I'll go take a look later. After writing this, I'll take a look and see what you're asking. I didn't receive to confirm whether the booking was successful. To confirm that the booking was successful. So this is me. I know that I have answered bullet point 1. So I can say to make matter worse, to make matter worse, on the day of the of my appointment, on the day of my appointment. Okay. So on getting to the clinic, on getting to the clinic, on appointment, that a lot of patients, don't say customer, when people that are in the hospital are called patients, and my several patients, and myself was was booked for the same time slot, double booked for the same time slot, which caused a lot of confusion. Overcrowding, you will state the problem it caused. Overcrowding. Yeah, because here you can state the date is good, but I say last Wednesday. It's last Wednesday. If I tell you last Wednesday, you know that is this particular Wednesday. I can, yeah, I can. You can put date. It's good to put date. You can put June. I don't know, 24, 2026. It's fine. But already, so me saying this last Wednesday is already me being specific. So let me continue. But yeah, you can put date. June 24, 2026. Overcrowding, which cause overcrowding and long wait time. This made me miss out, miss my sons or daughters. My sons, let me use son. I don't have a child, but but me, I'm always creative. Oh, I say my daughter, my son's daughter. Recital, or you can say event, any event that your child that you need to take your child to, like an important thing, and a business meeting. As I waited I waited for nearly for almost 6 hours. Almost 6 hours. This is just me being specific with the number of weights so that they can see, oh, how this the impact, how serious that waiting was. Almost 6 hours before I was attended to. So full stop. So we are in 163 words. So you can see, even if you don't know any other thing to write, of course, you have to still answer your last question. This is solution. You already meet your time mark, so you know that, oh, 200 this thing. So, okay, this, because I wanted to transition, I wanted to start this place, but I didn't see a way to start, because one thing you should always pay attention to is, no, it's not free, but they have a free sample. You can just try their free sample, and then some people have a two free sample too. You can use that one. And I think they said Career Access on YouTube here has free sample, so you can check them out. But this particular one is paid. Um, so I wanted to, was what I want to write here. I wanted to transition, so my transition wasn't fitting into what I wrote. So you have to pay attention to your transition. This left left the patient. Okay, left the patient, left me frustrated, or left the patient frustrated, left us frustrated. This left us, this long hour of this long, okay, this left us, I don't know, this left us, I may have to correct it when I'm reading through. This left us frustrated. How is she frustrated and disappointed. This left most of us. This left this left most of us. It didn't sink in. This left most of us frustrated. To suggest to improve to improve this situation, I will suggest that the new system is thoroughly tested before using it again. Before using it again. And using it again, or before deploying it again. Before using it again, I would suggest that the new system is thoroughly tested. Oh, okay. Yeah. Before using it again. And also that a staff member is assigned with before using it again. I can end it here. In addition, again, let me use here's my mouth. I can't even see my mouse. Okay. Okay. Also, comma is assigned with money the online booking to resolve in order to resolve booking in order to resolve any problem of to double check the bookings. Yeah, to double check the booking. Yeah, when I read through, I will still have to correct a lot of things, like to double check the bookings in order to resolve any problem of double booking. Any problem of double booking before the appointment date. Before the appointment date. I hope that this issue is resolved as soon as possible to ensure that the patients have good experience when I've exceeded my no, I have to sorry, you see, let me see where I exceeded my I hope that sorry you guys, I'm coming. 69. Okay. To suggest it assigned with it assigned to double check is assigned to double check the booking said that the new system is always very high again, although also that before using it again, a staff member. I'm trying to remove ones that can remove. This is how you check. Make sure that no matter what you do, do not exceed your 204 words. That's you not listening to the requirement. You will lose mark. You will not say because you wrote too much. They will give you is assigned to double check the bookings. And to resolve any problem before I can remove this instead of stating it again. Any problem before the booking date. This user friendly. This one is my well the platform requested for a lot of information than similar online booking platforms, which took I've used a lot of time, which which was time consuming, which was time consuming, which was time consuming. You see how I try as much as possible not to use the same word. I use a lot of time. I realize that I've used a lot here. So I try my best not to use the same word that I've used. Instead, I will paraphrase it into something else to make matter work. I don't want to use that several patients which caused confusion, overcrowding, and long wait times. This made me miss my son's recital and a business meeting as I waited for almost 6 hours before I was attended to. This left most of us this experience left most of us frustrated. I suggest that the new system is thoroughly tested before using it again. And or to recurrence, a recurrence to prevent a recurrence, to prevent a recurrence, I suggest that the new system be thoroughly improved before using it again. Again, is writing a heading compulsory? Where is the heading? Is it this dear health administrator? I mean, what do you refer to as heading? You're not requested to write any heading. Please don't. If you write heading, that's you wasting your words, because sometimes you may need that empty. Nobody is requesting. Even the second one, that you don't need to write a heading. Just go ahead and answer your question. Regards, comma. You can put regards or sincerely, but to be safe, use best regard or Best regards. Let me just use regard. I forgot is if best regard, I should start the regard with some with small letter or capital letter, but I know best is capital letter. So to be safe, always play safe. Ngozi, let me put thrive and ng. Nice. So this is it. Let me see why did this. Okay, let's leave it as center. Okay. All this one, high expectation, although I had okay, I have not even read through my first paragraph. I only started reading through from here. So let me read here. I'm writing to express disappointment with with the new online booking system during my recent visit to the health center last Wednesday, June 23rd, 2026. Although I had high expectation regarding the system when I heard about it, but my expectations was outlived. Yeah, outlived. That's me using trying to use synonym of the words. What I had. Why is this thing telling me to correct comma? Or why I had why is it telling me to remove the comma I put? I'm not removing it. Sorry, I have an grammar. It's telling me to correct something. And I thought I corrected this thing before. Center. You guys, is this center or I'm trying to use what they use here, center. But can you see? Okay, you guys cannot see the my Grammarly on the underlining distance for me. So should we submit? I'll put letter of no, 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 don't put letter of complaint. No, 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 no. Don't put letter of complaint or anything. That's you are wasting, you're going to be wasting your space or your words. Don't put letter of complaint or anything. They don't, just start with dear, if it's an informal one, this thing, if it's your friend or you're writing to your neighbor, dear John, dear whatever, just start right away. Don't put letter of complaint or subject or anything. Nobody really cares. Just start with dear so so place. Dear, I don't want. So let's submit and see what this thing grades me. If it grades me zero, na interview. To be very recurrence, I suggest that the new system will already tested before using it again, and a staff member will be assigned to double check the bookings. Okay, double check bookings to resolve any problems before appointment. Before the appointment date. Okay. This is 198 words. You are supposed to write 150 to 200 words. So 198, we are still in the same like we are still in the time in the word limit, within the word limit. So let's submit and see. This one I always grade like crazy. Let's see. Oh, it says 9. So let's read. Oh, I didn't see this correction. Do you see health? And it didn't even underline it. This one I'm going to ignore it because I'm using exactly what is in the question. This center, they put center in the, why are they changing it to this center? Although I keep changing it and it keep changing back. Although I had this with it. Not met. Okay. There is not much correction. It's just that AI want us to write like, okay, let's read what me. I always do not like following what they write, because most times I don't see, before you would write, you have to be a very like a, a writer to write in the same with the normal, like the level of vocabulary they always use to correct. So but I will read it and just pick one or two things from it. Dear Health Center Administrator, I'm writing to express significant disappointment, significant, with the new online booking system following my visit on Wednesday. Okay. Why Why I was initially optimistic about the technological upgrade, well, my experience fell short of the expectation. Okay, this system's interference was user-friendly, but it required excessive amount of personal information, making the process unnecessary time-consuming. Furthermore, I never received a confirmation email, leaving me uncertain if my appointment has been successfully scheduled. Upon arrival, it became clear that the system had double booked my time slot with several other patients. This glitch resulted in considerable confusion, overcrowding, and in the waiting area, and an unacceptable 6 hours wait. Consequently, I missed both a business meeting and my son's recital, and was deeply frustrated, and which was deeply frustrating for me and other affected patients. To prevent future incidents, I strongly recommend that. Okay, I also like this one now. I can take it because strongly recommend this. Easy to use. You can always use it, and they will always grade you for this recommend as a high vocabulary word. So yes, I picked this one because me, a whole lot of all these ones they cannot come to my head when I'm in exam like that. Even now that I'm at home, it didn't come to my head. So this one can easily is something I can, okay, yeah, I recommend. I always use it in my writing anyways. That the system undergo a rigorous testing before its full implementation. Okay. Additionally, having a staff member manually verify the appointment could help identify and resolve scheduling conflicts in advance. Thanks, Drive Engine. So yeah, so let's read. Let's see what he said. To reach a higher, this is how, if you are using Celpip, this is what I do. Like whenever I read, but like I always say, a whole lot of things like if you have, I don't always tell people, but if you always have like 9 in this set speed, trust me, in exam you will have like you will have more than 10, because like I said, they will grade you. It will grade you based on AI, like it will use AI's ability to grade you, and you are not AI obviously. And set speed people, when you listen to them when they talk on in their class, when you watch their videos, you will see like they are actually very easy in terms of like vocabulary word or like idea development. Sure, you can screenshot it. I'm coming. If you want, I can actually put it on my page later, but I'll open it if you want to screenshot it later. I will also like, I'll copy it and put it on my page later so that we can see, so that you can have access to it. But if you want to screenshot it, this this is the word. Okay, what choice? Replace common phrases with a more precise or formal alternative. At leave should be okay, was not met. Okay, me that said that leave. Okay. I was thinking at leave is a more you see, okay. Pay close attention to subject phrase agreement, especially with compound. Several patients myself was not okay. It didn't really like readability 9, fulfillment 10. Why I answered all the this thing, but like I said, AI always like grade you with the same level of, they want you to use the same level of this thing. Let's say conciseness, your sentence can be combined or refers to the more direct into which helps with flow. Okay, that's what they said. So that's, I'm just going to like go. Okay, you want to screenshot? Are you able to take screenshot? That means if you, or even higher. I'm not trying to tell you so that you now become this thing, but from my experience and from other people, like and the experience of other people that have seen, this is, if you want to take a screenshot, fine, you can take a screenshot. But I'll copy it and put it on my page later. I strongly, what if I say I would recommend, use I strongly recommend. I strongly recommend. Me, I agree. It's just that it didn't even come to my mind at that time. But I love to even, if you check my other writing, I always use I strongly recommend. So don't use just I recommend. This I strongly recommend you, like, to put emphasis on your writing. I strongly recommend that it's tested thoroughly. So let's check other ones. I just want us to like break down. I'm not going to write other ones. Oh, oh shit. Break down other ones. Okay, let's use this one. I don't even know what I wrote that day, but I've forgotten. It's been long I wrote this one. Maybe this day I was feeling well. But let's read the question and see. Okay, this one we have actually, I put it on my TikTok. Is this one is on my TikTok, I think. The one that says dog going to Halifax and you left your dog for police for somebody to watch, and oh, we can do. But we did speak in which day? Did you watch the recording of the speaking? Is on my page on YouTube. We did speaking 2 weeks ago or something. I'm just doing it right into. I want to be doing one other one reading because most people is always reading. So a day for maybe writing, speaking, or listening. Then the second day reading, and oh, well, do you want us to do speaking or reading tomorrow? Let's take a let's do voting. Reading or speaking tomorrow. If it's speaking, I can do speaking again tomorrow. I don't mind. So let me know. This one is on my TikTok and I broke it down even in one of my video. I want to see what I wrote when I wrote this one. Oh, let me see. Okay, this one that your friend planned a surprise. Let's see this question. Your friend is planning a surprise anniversary. Okay, I think I did this one with somebody. I remember now. Your friend is planning an anniversary party for their parents' next birthday. Oh, I wrote it in November 23. That has been long. He's planning an anniversary party for their parents' birthday party next month. You want to organize. This is this should be an informal. Let's see. It's an informal because he's your best friend. All right. It's an informal. Yeah. So this is an informal. We'll just explain it and you'll see. Your best friend is planning a surprise anniversary party for their parent next month. You want to help organize the event since you have experience with event planning. Write an email to your friend in about 150 to 200 words. Your email should do the following: share your excitement about helping with the party, and mention your previous party planning experience. Suggest specific ideas for the celebration, decorations, venue, and entertainment. Okay. Explain how you will help with the planning and organizing process. I can't remember what I wrote, but let's see. Let's go through it now. This is an email to your friend. The first thing like you do, is an email to your friend. So you are going to use name. Hi Chelsea, how are you doing? And you would share your excitement. You see, the first bullet point says share your excitement about helping with the party and mention your previous party planning experience. You just say you're excited. And I'm thrilled when they say excited. When you want to, I said it in one of my videos. I think when we were doing Celpip speaking. Okay, so we'll do reading tomorrow. We can't do reading and another thing. So maybe next Saturday we'll do speaking. I hope your exam is not before next Saturday. So we'll do reading tomorrow. Okay, so they said share your excitement. If you want to share your excitement, I said it when we were doing speaking. Use I'm thrilled. It's a free vocabulary word. I will always give you free vocabulary. I was speaking to two people. Was it day before yesterday? So they had. I was giving them free vocabulary. Like there are some vocabulary words that that like this strongly recommend. They said I say yeah, it's always in part of my vocabulary words to use. I don't know why you didn't talk to me then, but if I was doing an exam and I'm practicing very well, I would have remembered. I always close once I close this laptop, we still next Saturday before I open it again. Anyways, so share your. I'm thrilled that you are planning to host or you are planning a surprise anniversary for your parents next month. Uh, for your parent next month, and this is a very thoughtful, like for someone that is planning. My exam is on 17. When is 17? So let me check calendar. 17. Oh, that's in 2 weeks time. You should be ready by now. You should be ready by now. I'm not laughing though. But anyways, we'll do it next. We'll do reading tomorrow, speaking next Saturday, and reading on the following Sunday. I think I have work next Saturday. Lucy, I have work next Saturday. I don't know. Yeah. So, anyways, it's you will like the person because based on the background story, if somebody is throwing a surprise birthday, of course the person is being thoughtful. So you will have to state, oh, it's very thoughtful for you to um you share your excitement first. So make sure I'm true that you are trying to host the surprise birthday. Like I said, always like what's it called? Make sure that you capture whatever is in your bullet point. What is in your bullet point? Help with the party. Mention the share this one. Helping with the party and mention your previous party planning experience. Okay, is- can we do reading? Not today. Hi, NG. Mimi. Okay, we'll meet. We'll talk after this class. Glad you are here today. Yeah. So let's see. What's it called? So you share your excitement and like you can come up with something that I'm excited and I can and I'm glad that you want me um to what's it called to plan the mention your what did they even ask you to do again? Sorry, you want me to help that okay, and I'm excited that you want me to help organize the event as you know that this is my area of expertise for the past 5 years or something, or I forgot what I even wrote that day. Let's read what I wrote. Sorry, how are you doing? I'm really impressed, okay, that you are planning a surprise birthday anniversary for your dad and mom. And I'm also thrilled that you want me to handle the event. Yeah, I don't like you have to show excitement that you want that the person wants you to handle the event. So suggest specific idea. You see this place now, they say suggest specific idea, and they're already even giving you for this celebration. And they even for this one, they gave you idea of things. In my own exam, I remember they wanted me to book a music, they wanted me to book a live band for my for an event. So I chose to book it for my wedding. That was what I wrote about. But they didn't, they just said like you should talk about like give them specific music ideas that you want them to play for your event. And then I had to talk about like being specific. I say country music, and then I remember that then that was when Beyonce was going on the country cowboy tour or this thing. So I I I was you just have to be specific. So let's just say they didn't give you what to talk about here. For instance, this one now they didn't say decoration, but now that they talked about decorations, you now have to be specific. If they didn't say anything about decoration, what you ask yourself, if they didn't give you an idea of what to talk about here, like entertainment venue, you can say suggest a specific. Why did sorry, my YouTube live ended? Sorry, what happened? Sorry, hi TikTok people. Sorry, the class ended. I don't know what happened, how it ended. I'm just talking and I just saw that the class ended without notice. So let's continue. I don't know. Is it showing now? Sorry, I don't know what happened to the class. It just ended itself. To the TikTok live, it just ended itself. Anyways, let's continue. So, for instance, say they didn't give you what to talk about, like decorations, this thing. You just ask yourself during anniversary, specific ideas for the celebration. What are the things? What are the ideas you have? Of course, you now come about, oh, if you're planning an event, if you're an event planner, you put your, because yes, it's informal, but the person wants you to organize the event. That makes you the event planner of that event. As an event planner, what are the ideas that you will give your clients? But this is not a client now, this is an informal, that what are the ideas for the celebration? So you just have to ask yourself, oh, identify the keyword, the main idea of each task, each bullet point. Here, the main idea is this celebration. If this was not given to you, you just said, okay, you just have to talk about which venue, which celebration, decoration, entertain, who will cook, this falls on that, or which who will host the event, who would, maybe music, the kind of music. Like I said, during my own turn, they asked me that I have to book a live band and like explain how I got to know about them. So me, I just said I came across their page on Instagram when I was going through Instagram, and I watched several of their videos, and and that was what made me want to book them. So you just have to be specific. At that time, I didn't even know, how do I say I saw that you saw them. Instagram is a place where so many people, like, they want a live band can showcase their this thing. So what, identify your keyword and then break it down in case you are not giving. But most times they will always like give you kind of things. So now for decorations, they want you to decoration. I think I talked about color, that the parents are simple. I forgot. It's been a long time I did this thing. So he said I already have a lot of ideas about the party. I know they love to keep things simple and classy, because this thing is for your best friend, and you, or for your best friend. That's why I say, if the way you write a formal letter is different from how you write an informal email. You're writing to your friend. For your friend, you already know the parents, so you didn't say, oh, tell me what your parents are. I already I stated it in a way that I know the parents. I know, okay, I have a lot of idea about the party. I know how they love to keep things simple and classy, and I would suggest that we go with earth tone colors for the decorations. You can say, you can earth tone colors. That is what I pick. You can you can, what's it called? Mm, you can say, or maybe you can be specific, more specific, and say gold and neutral color. But earth tone colors means neutral color, like brown, green. Like, this is this thing, I think I came across the word on someone's Instagram page at that period when I wrote this thing, and immediately I said, "Oh, this will fit in." So you see, when you are being specific, earth tone colors for the decoration, they ask you for the decoration. So they mentioned decoration, you have to be specific. Precisely beige. Okay, I even mentioned color. Precisely beige and cream, which I believe matches, which I believe match your parents' personality. You see, that is how I talked about this place, and I see. Okay, the third one. I don't. Didn't I talk about venue and entertainment? I didn't even know your idea of the celebration. Okay, explain how you can help with planning and organizing the process. Let's see. Explain how you can help with planning and organizing. So, since the event is taking place next summer, I will suggest, okay, this is me. I will suggest an outdoor event. Okay, this is me still talking about the venue. An outdoor event to take, okay, an outdoor event to take advantage of the weather. If you do agree with doing the party outside, I recommend Rondo Park. You see a venue. I wanted this is I transitioned. I just said, okay, since it's going to be next summer, we will take advantage of the weather and take this thing. I would recommend Rumble Park. This is like a venue where people do party around me here. So you can think about, if you're in such scenario, you can think about a venue. If you're in Nigeria, you can say Monarch Event Center. We always see that one on Instagram. So you can say we can do the venue at Monarch Event Center. this will be it's spacious. You can give the reason why you are choosing that, because it's spacious. But me, because we are taking advantage of me, I made this seem like we want to take advantage of the summer. So this is why I'm recommending this venue. And okay, sorry. If you do agree with the doing the party outside, I would recommend Rondo Park in the northwest side of the city. It's very good. It has very good scenery with a beautiful lake. You see, this is why I stated the reason why I'm recommending that venue. So let's see the last. Explain how you can help with the planning and organizing process. Okay, so I know we have 9 months until. Sorry, I don't even know why I wrote 9 months. I just saw that I even made a mistake. You see that this thing even, like, it said your parent next month, but I don't know how I wrote 9 months. I know that we have 9 months until the anniversary date, but it's important that we start the planning process immediately. This is to get all the vendors, okay, to get all the vendors on board, and also to book the venue. As summer has a lot of activities, and I would love to get this sorted before they become fully booked. This is how I want to, like, how you can help with the planning and organizing of the process. You see, to organize, what it means, organize is to put things in order, and putting things in order, it require you getting, as a planner, like I always say again, what are the keywords here? The keyword here in your bullet point is planning and organizing the process. What is the process? The event. And if you are an event planner, the process involve bringing the different vendors, the food person, the decorator, the whatever, bringing them together. So this is me. That's why if you identify your keyword, then you ask yourself, that's if you want to come up with idea, you ask yourself, how do I plan and organize the process? And this is it. Like, to get all the vendors on board, book the venue, you see, the different things I want to get all the book the venue, as summer has a lot of, and I would love to have this sorted before they become fully booked. I have attached an estimate. This is me ending. If you want to end, I have attached an estimate as you requested, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you think. Even though they didn't say that, oh, the person is requesting for an estimate, but you made it sound like, okay, because she wants you to help organize. Of course, when she was sending you, maybe probably I did it in a way that, oh, she sent me an email asking me to help organize, and in the email, like, the thing she asked was one of his estimates of what it will cost. So, and I just stated there that it will cost the estimate. I must really be feeling good the day I wrote this email, oh, because it is really good. Don't mind me. Somebody wrote something. I'm having serious challenge with listening. I've been pressing listening as 18, 19, 20 over 38. Please, how can I improve? Are you taking notes when you are listening, when you are doing your listening? Paul, do you take notes when you are listening? If you're not taking notes, if you're taking notes, probably you don't know how to, like, take notes, listen and take note at the same time. So I will suggest that you practice without taking notes. So don't take note, because it's not everybody that can do that. Many people cannot multitask writing notes. Try not taking notes, because sometimes when you cannot keep up with the speed of the audio with your note taking. So you can try it in your practice. See if, oh, don't take notes. Try it and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then. And another thing is, I made a video the other day and I said, try to anticipate what you are listening to. For instance, if you, in each part of Celpip listening, if you understand what the audio is about, or something. For instance, if it's listening to problem solving, you already know that, prepare your mind that I'm going to be listening to problem. Oh, somebody is going to have problem and another person is going to have solution. And you prepare your mind. For instance, you know that once the person with the problem or the person with the question will ask a question, is the person with the once they ask that question, know that if somebody asks a question, the person that is responding is going to be providing solution, and that solution will have details. So immediately somebody asks question, you anticipate. Sometimes they will say something that are just filler words, so you don't really need to like. But if you anticipate to the kind of things you are expecting to hear, it will help you not to. It will help you in terms of your attention. For instance, if somebody asks, which question will I say? Oh, I want to ask if you people offer so the services you people offer for maybe the type of printing services you people offer. Of course, if you're calling a customer care to ask the kind of services they offer, if the audio is like that, what you expect when that person asks that question, you already expect that they will start naming the name of services. So you should anticipate. Sorry that we are digressing to listening. I'm just answering a question. So you should. Okay, I'm coming. Lucia will address that. Sorry. So you should kind of anticipate what you are listening to. For although the first one, which is problem solving, abi that's the first listening part, is always easy. But if you anticipate that, oh, this is the kind of things I'm going to be listening to, it will make you be prepared, and your mind is more like you are not phased. You are not listening to unnecessary things. Or for people that are writing now, you know that okay, this is the point where I will write, and then you don't have to write another point. For instance, when the person said, "What kind of services do you offer?" You can choose to write service if you want to write, but if you like I said, practice without writing and see if it works for you. Like I said, I have many people that have done without writing and they passed. But if you are going to be writing, so that moment when they ask a question, you know that you have to pay attention at this point. And if the person said, no, sorry, I don't do a one-on-one coaching. No, I always run off words. Can you watch my previous we did Celpip speaking which day? 2 weeks ago, and it's on my YouTube, the recording of the class. You can go and record it. Like I explained different things. Lucy, even this question you okay, it's not you. Oh, is it in the class I was talking to, or the person I was talking to during the week? I forgot, but I'll answer this your question. I'm coming. So anticipate. Even for like if somebody asked me, I think the person inboxed me, said the problem was part five of listening. And is it part five or part six? That one that is listening to opinions. You already know, just like in reading, and that is one problem. When there was someone that we did reading together, I did reading together with this week, okay, two people actually. And one thing I noticed, the problem I noticed was that people do not understand how these passages are organized. The same thing, you don't understand how the listening audios are organized. Always try to identify the first thing you have to, like for that reading, or for instance, you ask yourself who is supporting the main idea of the passage, who is against, and somebody must have the balanced approach. This is actually the basis. The moment you are able to identify, if it's reading, the name of the person, even in speaking, you have to in listening, you have to identify that name. Identify the name of this person, who is what's it called, who is in support, who is against, who has a balanced approach. This is the first base. So because sometimes when they now ask you questions, especially when there are a lot of paraphrasing, if you read, because the question we were doing that day, the person would have gotten it easily if they were able, if it was from their response that I knew that they did not understand that, oh, this person was not in support, this is the person in support. So you need to understand how your paragraphs are organized first. If you understand it, that is actually the first. When you read each this thing, try to make sure that before you finish, or as you read, when they say according to this person, or this person does not share in the enthusiasm or something, you already know, oh, this person is against, this person is in support, this person is. It helps you to know like exactly where to go for your question faster, and it also helps you. You can even predict your responses for reading. I'm even talking about reading now. You will be able to predict some of your responses before you even now go to the passage and confirm it. When you read the options, of course, when they mention the person's name and you read the options, because you already know that this person is in support. If this person is in support, he is not. If you did the option, he cannot be saying this kind of thing. He is in support of this main idea. So knowing who is what they are saying, or their opinions, their area of where they lay in the debate, whether they are in support or not, is a really what's it called? I would like use tomorrow when we are doing reading. I will explain what I mean by that. Maybe we'll start with part 4 tomorrow, and after that we'll do part 1 because last week we didn't do part 1. So yeah, try practicing without taking notes, because somebody the person that even chatted me said it works for another person tried it and it was working for her till part 5. But so try without taking note. If you cannot do note taking. Lucy, you were asking, you said persuasion has been really poor, and let me repeat what I said the other day. I said make sure that when you are doing persuading, that part 5 of selfish speaking, make sure that, okay, I remember when I said this, it's not in the last class, it was this week with somebody. Make sure that, because persuading and comparison, they are two things. It means two requirements you are supposed to fulfill. And if you are giving reason in support, I think we are done with this thing. Let me open and show you what I mean. I'm sorry, you guys, that we are digressing to this. We'll go back to part 2 of writing soon. Let me just open an example. I want to see. I don't know. Okay, let's use this one for instance. Okay, yeah. And if this one now is persuading and speaking, and you always know that here, like I said in my videos, that your point, you should give 2 points in support of your own option, and then contrast it. And because when you are supporting your option, what you are doing, if you start talking and you're supporting your options, what you are doing is persuading. But they ask you to do two things: persuasion and compare. So the moment you, and I said use the third point for your contrast, that contrast is your comparison. The moment you did not do that contrast, that means you only ended up doing your persuasion, you didn't do the comparison. And the name of this topic is persuasion and comparison. So make sure that you what's it called? Make sure that you persuading, yeah, you can use 2 points, for instance. And if you want to persuade, like I was telling the person now, if you want to persuade, I also said it in my videos, if you, because the way it is organized in Celpip exam is not this way. The way it is organized is that the first time they would give you image two image, like the way we have one, bus 2 here. They will give you 2 image, and they will list out the features underneath each of the images, and you are going to select one. They will give you 60 minutes to select one. Please don't waste the whole 60 minutes trying to select. It doesn't matter what you select, nobody cares. Just pick one fast. In fact, within 10 seconds, you have picked one, because you need that time to start planning your writing. Because this is not the main task. That picking is not the main thing, but they will give you not 60 minutes, 60 seconds. They will give you that 60 seconds to pick. And that is not the, so you pick, it doesn't matter what you pick. And like I always say, even if you pick the most expensive one, that is more expensive, you can still be able to support what you are speaking on. If you pick the cheaper one, in my video I stated how you can support your expensive option and how you can support your cheap option. For instance, say you pick this one now, it's just unfortunate that this one is more expensive, but if you pick this one, it doesn't matter if it's cheaper. Okay, say you pick this one, and I always tell you, use cost. If you don't have cost, if they did not put anything that has to do with money, so that means you can't use the cost to persuade. Try to use one of two benefits. So if you use cost as your first one, if there is cost, try to use cost as the first one when you are trying to persuade. If you use cost, if it's cheaper, that one is very easy. You say that you are supporting this because, for instance, if I want to answer this question, this one said your child is turning 8 years old and you want to plan a birthday party for them and about 15 of their friends. You found two suitable venues. Choose the option you prefer in the next section. So it's after you just choose one, because after that, after 60 seconds in Celpip, they will now bring up another option from somebody else. So these ones are your own option, but you have to choose one. So pick one. It doesn't matter. Don't waste time on it. So when they bring up the other, in the next session, you would need to persuade your spouse that your choice is better, is the better choice, because your spouse is suggesting another venue. These are the two venues that you are considering, but you have to pick one, and then the main task is now for you to convince your spouse. Sometimes it might be your manager that you are going to convince. So you are going to convince, if it depends on the question. So you just pick one, and then you're going to convince your spouse that that is suggesting another venue. Persuade your spouse that the venue you choose is more suitable by comparing the two. See, this place is, you need to persuade your spouse, and then you need to compare. You see that you have two things that you must do. This is, so your task fulfillment, the moment you did not contrast, or you do not try to contrast yourself by acknowledging your spouse option, but then countering it out, that's you compare. That means you are not doing that comparison, and that means you are not you're not you didn't complete the task fulfillment. And then also, like, always, even if you don't do it that way, always use comparison word, like, why this is good, this one is better. That's comparison word. That's if you don't want to do it this way. But let's say you choose this one now, like I said, and you use this one is easy, because if you're going to start talking now, you're comparing this and this. You say that, oh, you say, hi. If you want to start listening, you're even talking to your spouse, so you know it's informal. You're going to say, hi honey, or hi baby. That's how you talk, because you cannot I assume that's how people call their husband, or you can call their name. Some people call their husband name too. So you can say something like, hi, but I would just say hi baby, because to make it seem like, oh, you're talking to your spouse. um th- Thank you for suggesting the fancy downtown restaurant for Chelsea's. You have to give your child name for Chelsea's 8th-year birthday. However, I think the indoor trampoline park is better, or is better for the birthday, considering our budget. You see how I want to start talking about money now, but because of the scenario now, I want to make it seem like, oh, we have a budget, considering our budget. Do you see? Then you have to go that, okay, the indoor trampoline park is less expensive, is less expensive, and it can also host up to 15 kids. Up to 15 kids. And you see that up to you don't use the same you see the way I what you will do, like when you are planning, that first 60 seconds you have for you to select your option. That's why I said don't waste time when you choose your own option. That 60 seconds before they bring up this other option for you to compare, you just use that 60 seconds to this one. Now you find a synonym for it. This one, what do you say? Okay, that you just go here, wherever you have your money, just put, if it's less expensive, or you can choose costly. If it's costly, like when you see the second price, that you talk about the durability. So you tell yourself, oh, if this one, if the other option they will bring up is more is cheaper, then I'm going to talk about the durability. But since this one now is cheaper, it makes it easy. You just say that it is less expensive, and it can also host up to 15 of her friends. Even you can still try to what is it called? You use that comparison word. Unlike the fancy restaurants that would only take 12 kids. You see that? But what I'm just trying to point out here is the fact that you must use comparison. You must make sure that you are comparing it. You are not just saying, "Oh, my option is cheaper. Is this one? Is this one? It can do this. It can do that. It can do that," and then you ignore comparison. The moment you're not, you are going to go down, 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 because you did not do your task fulfillment. So, and then your second point you should discuss is, because I said you should discuss 2 points for your persuasion. If you talk about this, That's the cost in terms of if it's cheap, is less expensive. If it's more expensive than the other option, you say, oh, despite even though if it's more expensive, you say even though it's expensive, it seems expensive. However, the quality for this one now, you can say the value we are going to get for the for the experience is higher than the cost. So the value, you talk about it in terms, because you cannot say the durability. There is no durability for if you're hosting birthday. That's why I made this same. But if you're talking about a product, you can say the however, even though it seems expensive, however, is more durable or it has a higher quality. But since this is an experience, you say it's a party. You say the value we are going to get is is more. And then after that, you have stated your first point. The second point, you look at, because that's the system you have, you look at all your options, identify the ones that you can use to speak. That's why I always say pick cost, so that you know that you already have one that you speak on. The second one is you have pick another one. If I look at these two ones now, the ones that I can easily speak on is staff supervised activities and game. And instead of saying staff supervised activity and game, I will say it in a way that this other option also offer um safety. You can like offer safety, um is more offer safety, like how will I even put it? Sorry. I have my WhatsApp. Let me close this my WhatsApp. It's distracting me. It keeps popping on my screen. Um okay. So you talk about safety here, because this one, what it means, staff supervised or activity and games, means the safety for the kids. That this option provides safety for the kids and also ensure that they have maximum fun while at it. Because this one now, if you look at this option now, it says no play area, no entertainment provided. So you use this one, the safety, that they will have fun, and they also like ensure that that the places that they are safe while having fun. That's two benefits you use to persuade. That's your persuasion. But however, in case you like, after you have done that persuasion, that 2 point that you have talked about, because you have 60 seconds before you talk all of these things, time has gone. However, make sure that you contrast, like I said. So to contrast, like I always say, you will say one good thing about the other point. You will say why the fancy restaurant provide an aesthetic scenery for the for will provide an aesthetic scenery, because even though like, because he says it's a fancy restaurant and it's like breakable days, glassware, formal setting. Yeah, of course, what I come up with it is like the aesthetic. So we provide an aesthetic scenery for the birthday. However, I think however, the indoor trampoline park is a better option. Is a better option because they offer more benefits to when compared to the amount that we are going to be paying for it. That's how. But the thing is, you must acknowledge, you must have to compare, like, oh, this is the good of this one, this is the best. So make sure that you are doing that. You are not only persuading and stopping at persuading. If you're only saying my option is this, my option is that, you are only persuading. Let me see other people's question. Do you have class? Because you have put my mind that it's you that will help me. How do you know that it's me that will help you? The person that said you're always running out of word. See, my sister, you cannot, don't tell me you cannot be running out of word. See, okay. Let me uh oh, sorry. I wanted to open YouTube and show you something. You should go to my page. You shouldn't be running out of word, because if you're running out of word, that means you don't know what to say. And I made this speaking easy already, that you should know what to say. If you go to my speaking video, you don't even need to watch all the ones in that video. Sorry. Go here. Start from this one. Stop talking. Go here. This one. From this point, how to generate points, ideas for part one of self speaking. This one, I already told you the 3 points you use, and you can apply it to any question. This one too, I already told you the points to use and you can apply it to any question. So what you do is go write out those points, start applying it, practice on how to start applying it to different questions. This one now that I say how to structure, you don't need to, like for instance, this is part 5. You do not need to come up with new ideas. You already, it's just from what is there that you would, sorry, it's just from what is there that you would come up with your point. So like all this one, you do not need to come up with fresh ideas. I think I wrote it down somewhere else here. Okay, for instance, in part 2, I say always talk about challenge, action, and results, and I'll show you how to. I already explained it in the video. So you shouldn't even, in fact, your problem should be, oh, my time, like your time. You should now work on how to use up your time. And for part 7, I say talk about practical reason, talk about personal reason. I explained how what all of this means in those videos. So, like, you shouldn't be running out of words if you know what you would be talking about and understand. And I understand. I mean, if we should leave it, let's do what we came here for today. Like, let's continue on the writing. See, you will not kill me. Is it me that? Is it's me that will? You make me laugh. Let's go back to writing. If I forget, what did we want to write about? What would this particular one? Mm, I want to free my ears more. This thing is paining me. I'm looking at something that we can write about. Uh, should we talk about this recycling stuff? I put that. Okay, look. I know I always tell people send me transcript, but you guys, this last week was really busy. In fact, I've been owing people to review their transcript to send it to me, but be disturbing me. Be make sure you're sending me message because if you don't send me message to remind me, I will forget. I'm very busy. So send me send me transcripts of your speaking. Let me see what exactly, like if you finish speaking, copy that transcript that it will and paste it for me. Let me see. Please, what are the key points for writing? That's what we're doing now. So let's go to part 2 of, because time is going. We're almost using up. When I finish this part 2, I'm gone. No, we're almost using our 2 hours, but we must finish the. I say I must do the 2. So your waste, this one is, we know what's the name of this option again? What's the name of this practice? Responding to survey question. Your city management department. Your city waste management department is planning to introduce a new recycling incentive program. They are considering 2 different approaches to encourage residents to recycle more. Okay. Option A involves providing monthly cash reward based on the weight of recyclables collected from each household. Option B suggests offering points that can be redeemed for free transit passes, community center membership, and local event tickets. Oh, the department wants to know which option residents prefer before implementing this program. Before I even go into it, because I said what I even wanted to be doing is that from next time, I intend to be bringing people up, because if I come here every day and be talking, if you still will not get it, but the moment I have known that from my interaction with people is when I interact and I am asking you questions directly. Like if you said, yes, it will be saved. It's immediately we finish, it will be automatically saved on my YouTube. So you can just go watch it there. The previous ones are also saved there too on the live. When you go to YouTube here, go to my channel, sorry, review channel. go under life. So you see, these are all the ones that we have done previously. So, anyways, let's continue. So I will ask you people now, in case if you see this question in an exam, because I don't want to be the one to be talking. I want to like motivate you people to give ideas. What can we discuss under this? Me, as I read this now, I already like ideas are already coming to my head. So let me even ask people until you people talk. So let's see. Choose one option and explain the reason for your option. So I would if we are choosing A, what are the reasons that we can give? What are the reasons that we can give that will encourage what's it called? That will motivate the residents or the members, the community members, these people to household to. The first option is involve involve providing monthly cash rewards. Option A involve providing monthly cash reward, that is giving them money based on the weight of their recyclable, that is the way they will give you money based on the weight collected from each household. Option B is suggest offering points that can be redeemed for free. So they will give you points for free. Mm, what's it called? For free public transport transit passes. That is, you use it and ride and enter bus instead of, or you can use it as community center for center membership. You use it to go to community center. There are always some community centers around in many in cities in Canada. So you can go there. They will have like swimming pool, many events. You can go there for games. You can go there for gym. You can go there for so many things. So that's what they're talking about. And this one, you can use it at local events that are organized. So it will be a ticket for you to enter the events. So which option, if you are choosing option A, which is giving money, what are the reasons? How would they motivate this household to encourage them to recycle more? So let me hear your ideas. If they are giving you money, how will it motivate you? So what are the reasons? If you choose option A, okay, let me put it this way. Or let's say, which option will you choose? For me, I would actually choose option B because I already have a lot of tons of ideas on my head. But like, let's just assume we pick option A. Or do you people want us to talk about option B? So let's say for option A and option B, just give me like points that come to your head. So it's not every time I will come here and be talking. I'm the one giving you people top points. I'm the one developing. Somebody is supposed to come up and we'll see, because that's when you will be able to learn more. Do anybody want to come up? I can bring you up. Oh, if you indicate and come and you give me like, I even will give more flex. Oh, good. Yes. Cash can be used elsewhere. Grows. Yeah. I should come up. Zik, let me invite you up. How they used to invite people up again? Don't laugh at me. Oh. Okay, multi guest. This, I don't know how to use this TikTok on computer. Where's that place? Invite. I'm trying to invite somebody. How do you used to invite? Well, I used to see that option before. I've tried it before. But okay, yeah, invite. Who even said I should invite them up again? Zix. So who else want to come up? Lucy, should I bring you up? See, maybe I'll bring you up. Maybe you are looking for who will help you in Canada. I don't even see your name here. Okay. I just see your name here, so I can't involve it. I can't bring you up. Yeah, that exactly. That's like there are a lot of ideas. That's why I said if I'm going to write, I'm going to, and that's why it's good for you to plan your writing, because you already, if you have your point, you know that, oh, it's easy for you to start developing it. But if you go, yeah, people are attracted to, of course, money is more appealing. Me self, like money, you have the freedom to use your money anywhere, right? You have the freedom to use your money anywhere. But apart from that flexibility, you can use your money anywhere. Which other point will you discuss under money? Because that's what you ask yourself. Don't start writing and then in between your writing, you know that, oh, I don't have a second point to discuss. That's why. But for flexibility, for this one now, for me, I already, because I always say have two options that you will strongly develop for in support, and then the third one you can use it to contrast. So I already have like options that I'm going to. Which one is uncommon? Please don't go and use uncommon vocabulary and be thinking about when it's, make sure that you are being specific. When you use specific words, instead of uncommon, use specific words. It's those words that turn into high vocabulary for you, because sometimes when you start thinking about high vocabulary words, it will start making you waste unnecessary time thinking about, oh, I need to put high vocabulary words, and while you are writing or while you are going over your writing, synonyms can always come up in your head. Fine, you can use them that and replace certain words that you have used, like the previous writing that we did. However, what is it called? Don't come and say, oh, you overthink the high vocabulary. Instead, what you should be thinking about, how can I be specific? How can I be specific? You only gave me one option that people get attracted. Yeah, is appealing. It will make more people. You only gave me one option for A. That means in the exam, it's only one idea you are going to discuss. You see, that's where the problem is. You are only discussing one idea and you are going to be stuck. So, but for point B, can you, okay, you people are talking about what is point B? Somebody said have more option to discuss. Who even said it? Queen. Is it Queen? Queen A. What are the options you can discuss in point B? Or you two people who are among point the people, what are the options? I'm having today with this. Okay, no, yeah, aside that. What are the options we can discuss in point B? Like if you are using this reward. uh, how many ideas? Of course, the thing is you must always discuss up to like three ideas, different ideas. And another mistake I notice people make in writing is that, for instance, when this person is talked about that it will give you flexibility, that money gives you flexibility, what people will tend to talk about is that money gives you flexibility. They will not say they can use it to buy groceries. They will start over discussing one ideas into so many paragraphs. Those are not different ideas. They are the same idea, but you went to split them out into so many paragraphs. But the moment you write down, what is the second point? But the moment you write down your point, the moment you write down your point in a paper, abi, in a paper, you will know that, oh, I already have this. You know that this idea is different from this one. So you know that, oh, you have distinct ideas. So let me even get into it. Nobody's giving me point for B. So for B, if I choose option B, gym membership, of course, local event. So what came to my mind when I look at this gym membership, like this option B can be reduced. The reason they said the reason that will considering due to approaches to encourage residents to discuss more. The bank wants to know which would prefer before implementing the program. So I think I strongly recommend, okay, for bus pass at an event. Mm-hmm. See, exactly. This is the problem I'm actually talking about. They already said you can use it. They already can be redeemed on free passes and all. And this is so if you want to, they already told you that you can use it on free, that to redeem the points and all. So you can Explain your reasons. Like explain that point. Sorry. Yes. Explain that point. For me, if we are using for if sorry, if you are using if you are using what's it called, if you are redeeming point, if they are using points that can be used as community center, the first thing that came to my mind, oh, that this will encourage people to live like healthy lifestyle. This will encourage people to live more healthy lifestyle, because if you're going to the community center, they have a gym, or and also like people enter bus. If you because if you have a free ticket to enter bus, you'll be forced to like enter the bus and not drive, and this will reduce congestion, pollution in the atmosphere, right? And also these are like it would what's it called, this would this option is more healthier, and it encourages like environment friendly lifestyle. Like this is what option I would pick. And for the second option that we'll discuss is that it would do, what this option would do is that it will also encourage local businesses. Oh, sorry. Your second option is appeal. Okay, catch is appealing to all age group to participate, especially the old ones that point. Okay, yeah, yes, it's appealing to more age group. Yeah, because everybody. Because actually, that's true. Because if we say for cash, if you use it if for cash, because if you are limited to, not everybody likes to enter bus. For instance, these days, even though I don't drive yet, but I don't like it. I can't even remember the last time I entered bus. Over it's more than 3 months I entered bus. I would prefer to use Uber to where I'm going to, even though it's expensive, but I don't care. So not everybody likes to enter bus, right? You can say it like not everybody. So not everybody will benefit from. You can say it in a way that not everybody will benefit, and that is one thing I said in my video. You see that, and that's the point I wanted to. You see when you talked about this one, we are able to quickly come up with the fact that, oh, money is more appealing and it gives more flexibility. If you are in an exam like this, the moment if you are stuck and you are stuck with ideas and you don't know what to talk about, if you don't know what to talk about, the next thing that should come to your mind, think about this option. What is the first benefit that will come to your mind for this option? Then turn it to, because opposite of this one will be this one. You see, the moment I said, oh, that people would not, what's it called? That people would want to you enter this one will give them access to free bus, right? But you can turn it to not everyone likes. So if you are stuck in idea, say you have written your first idea A, which is money is more appealing, it will motivate people. There is like what's it called? It will motivate people to, because you can use the money elsewhere, buy grocery, um, go for shopping and the likes. So you have stated that point. And if you are stuck, you just think about, look at the second option, free public transport. This one offers free public transport. So you can turn it in. You say again that money, giving residents cash reward is better because not everybody likes to. You now change it to disadvantage of this one. Not everybody likes to take the public transit, or likes to go to public places like like community centers or all those events. So you see, you just turn it to like, oh, it's not everybody that likes this. So whichever I would, if I open another question, so I did it in one of the questions I did in one of my videos. So the moment I was stuck with idea, I wasn't stuck in that point, but I wanted to show that if you are stuck, turn this to your second point. To support this one should be you saying not everybody likes the benefit that this one will provide, or that this one you turn it to a disadvantage. That will be your second point. So it will support. So you can say not everybody likes public transportation or to be in public places. So if giving them this would not motivate them to recycle their waste. Do you understand? However, and then for your third point now, if you which is contrasting, you say admittedly, this one offers free transit services, or this one will help to develop our local community more. However, money always serves as a more motivating, because everybody likes money, more motivating factor, because of the fact that they can use it everywhere, because of the fact that they are not limited. There is no limit to where they can use it. When do we counter the idea? That's your third point. How do we go about it? Is your third point. So your 2 points is you supporting your idea. Then your third point should be you countering the idea, but you just slightly, you just say admit to counter it, you just do it in a way. I will write it. I hope I'm able to come up with something reasonable this time around. My brain is already going bland. So to counter it, you say admittedly or undeniably, you acknowledge the second option, and then you will say something like, admittedly, this one will offer great benefit, or would or you say admittedly, you will find one advantage that this one will offer. You say admittedly, option B would encourages a better lifestyle, a more healthier lifestyle amongst the residents. However, you will see, you now counter it. Not everybody is motivated by such, or however, money is more appealing, or however, money is a more motivating factor because of the freedom, because money gives you that freedom, that you can, because of the freedom it gives you to spend it anywhere. Money instantly you can find another source of income. Why? Exactly, you can use it as like, this is another source of income for the household that they can use anywhere, like buying grocery. I think there are lots of good ideas on TikTok. So let me see how I can use the ideas we have on TikTok to develop our writing. So people, so let's go. I strongly recommend the point based reward. Oh, okay. Lucy, we're actually supporting A. That's where, well, let me see. If I not come up with idea, I'll, I will switch to your point, but that's not, sorry. Maybe I'll leave all this correction, but I will now forget to correct it later. I strongly recommend the point-based reward reward system. I certainly reward system for the new recycling incentive program. Sorry, recycling incentive program, as because it's it will offer more benefits to the resident. Residents and or let me just say to residents to offer more benefit to residents. So first off, first and foremost, let's see. First and foremost, what's the first point? Using Using the point based system will encourage people to, sorry, let me see. Did you people say anything? Did we say something about the second option? No. In paragraph one. No, you don't really need to. Use first and foremost, using the point will encourage people to live a healthier lifestyle and style. Lifestyle offers a more healthier lifestyle. And it is a more healthier and environmental friendly lifestyle. Okay, let me put it that way. Environmental. I'm looking for how to include environmental friendly lifestyle. Mhm. Friendly life. What is this environmentally? What is a more environmentally friendly? I'm not paying attention to this my grammar again. I beg, leave me alone. You're the one that a better friendly lifestyle as people as people will be motivated to register for gym. Somebody talked about gym membership, then gym membership to redeem their points in the community centers. So you see how like this thing now, when you look at how come on, see when you look at community center, it's just that in Nigeria we don't really have community centers. I don't know where I live, we don't have community centers. Do we have? I don't used to go out, so I don't know. Anyways, if you look, but in Canada here, what do they have in community center? They have swimming pool, they have gym, they have lots of activity where you go and play games, where you go and motivate. Yeah, I thought I used are motivated will encourage because I've used will be motivated, so I can't use motivate two times. See, that's good, but like don't repeat. If I use motivate here, that would I will also have to change this one to something else because I wouldn't want to be repeating the same word. Oh, there's a community center in Nigeria. That's why I say I don't know. But well, I don't use to. Okay, there you have Don Bosco. You have community health center. Yes. Sorry. You know that you said it. We have Don Bosco. And it's actually there. You have different sport events. So when you go there, you ask yourself, because that's you being specific, you look at your point. What are it will help you to come up with points. What are the specific things? Oh, people will register for gym membership and sports events, sports gym membership and other sports activities. And other sport activities too. Activities. Now that I said it, that you see how I look at, oh, what can we find? You see, the minute I say, oh, what can you find in this thing? And I remember in Nigeria, here, I've only been to the one here just to buy my bus pass. So I've not, but I know they have gym, they have, I see the things they have, the structures they have here. They can play basketball, they play different games, you swim. So different sports activities to redeem their points as people. Okay, well, let me see. Environmentally friendly lifestyle as people will be motivated to register for gym membership and other to redeem the points in these community centers. Memberships. In addition, in addition. So if I want to talk about, if I want to include more things, this free public transport in addition for, okay, also, or let me say also people uh, would people okay, yeah, people can so also, okay, redeeming, okay, also redeeming the points through but free through the free bus through the free bus transit passes would encourage people to use the to use public transportation. I don't say use the bus because that would be me repeating myself. Public transportation, which which will help reduce congestion or traffic congestion on the road, congestion on the road. I don't want to. I feel like congestion is more. I don't know if it's higher vocabulary, but it doesn't matter. Me, I always say write like 3 to 4 sentences each paragraph and move to the next one. 3 sentences, 4 sentences is good, but try to make it complex. Don't limit like this one now. First and foremost, you see that is a very big, long, complex sentence. Like it's 3 sentences in one. But if you can't, don't force it. Also, redeeming the point referencing system encourage people to use public transport, which will help reduce congestion on the road. Congestion on the road. We can end it here for now, but something came to my mind, which that and also reduce the pollution caused by car. That's what's that thing that comes from the exhaust, the pollution. But let's just say congestion, which will help reduce congestion and pollution on the road. That's what came to my mind. You see, this is me like being specific. So if you ask, what I asked myself was, if people use free public transit, what would they do? It will reduce congestion. So you would, if you pick one option, you would ask yourself, you would try to break it down. What is benefit that would, that's how you come up with the point you talk about. This one, it reduce congestion, it will reduce pollution. Like I'm trying to, what's the name of that thing that comes out from the back of car? People that fume, is it fumes? On the road, but it's pollution, sure. That's the general. Wait, what did I don't know. Redeeming, okay, for free. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is to go to your next point. Furthermore, furthermore, what's the second idea we talked about? I forgot what carbon monoxide. Thank you, fumes. Carbon emissions. You see, you people know grammar what that means. You see, many people pass a bit, but and reduce the carbon monoxide on the road pollutions. Yeah. So furthermore, I know there is one idea I talked about when I wanted to. Okay, local businesses. Furthermore, I didn't I wrote it there. In exam, write it down. It's not that you think about it, you carry it on the brain. You see how I forgot it. So if you remember the idea, I forgot to write it down that time. Develop local businesses will help to support small local businesses. And how I come about that is this local event. When you go to local event, in the event they always invite so many local businesses, and using that what's it called? Redeeming your points for the event is a way to support local businesses, and which is indirectly developing the community. Furthermore, uh, the redeeming points points through local redeeming for local why is my TikTok ending? Hey, TikTok will not kill me. Oh. Sorry, you guys. TikTok keep pushing me out. I don't know. TikTok keep pushing me out. I'm so sorry. So let's continue. It's still telling me that there is no activity. How is this no activity? Am I not talking? Let me wait for a few people to join again. I'm so sorry. TikTok keep kicking me out. I'm so sorry. But so let's see. Local um furthermore for local event ticket will help support local businesses that participate in those events. Anyway, okay. Let me continue. I'm not waiting for TikTok people to come back again. We only have three people join back, but so because me, I'm tired. I want to go. So let me finish this writing. So furthermore, redeeming point for local events. So when you look at local events, when there is event, they will invite local businesses, local event tickets. So that's indirectly you supporting local business, which will boost the city's economy. Yes. Economy. I'm trying to furthermore redeeming. See, I'm supposed to develop this idea more, but let me continue first. I'm coming. Um, admittedly, sorry, offering cash or sorry, providing cash rewards seem more appealing as people have flexibility or offers more flexibility. Sorry. offers more flexibility the to the residents. However, I wanted to write what you see what happened. I wanted to you see when I said admittedly, cash reward offers more. What's that first thing I used? Tend to offer is more appealing as it offered more flexibility. I see that um I'm pushing this point more. Yes, you acknowledge it, but don't make your point for this one now overshadow the point you are supporting because you are supporting you should make it highlight one advantage, but don't let it overshadow your own point. However, sorry, residents to the residents, however, like yeah, however, what do I want to write? The point-based system offers more offers more long-term benefits benefits and will have more long-term benefits to the resident and the city. Sorry. For this, I'm coming, I will still develop this point though. For this reason, it's because I didn't want to, what I'm just saying is if in an exam something you are going to write, something has come up in my mind now, so I'll go back to it. But instead of staying and wasting time to fill in, you can leave it and give space, continue your next paragraph, then go back after you have finished and finish up that paragraph. For these reasons, so I I I support the adoption. Sorry, I don't want to use I strongly recommend again. You see how I look up, I see what I use, and I try to avoid it again. I support the adoption of the point based point-based reward system. So let me see. Furthermore, redeeming clinical events will help support local businesses that participate in those events, which would boost the city's economy. Okay, the city's economy. Local events. Okay. Will support local businesses. Sorry. Many local businesses participate in this sorry in this local event. Therefore, redeeming this ticket in the event will boost their sales, um will boost their sales during those will boost their sales as people are as more people would attend, as more people will attend, since they are as more people will attend in order to redeem their ticket. This will eventually boost the city's economy. When local businesses perform well, this will eventually the boost the city's perform well. This will eventually boost the city's economy to redeem their tickets. I see. Admittedly, providing cash incentive offers more. However, the point offer long-term benefit to the resident. Let me just put that in I want to put, because I just feel like this my paragraph is not well developed and I still have a whole lot of word that I want to use. Offers more. Providing cash reward offers seem appealing and then to offer more flexibility. However, these are or these are short term. These are all short term benefits, unlike the point-based system that offers long-term benefits to the and is also more impactful and is also more impactful. Okay. So yeah, this is so let's read. I would always read through I strongly recommend the points-based reward system for the new recycling for the new recycling incentive program because it offers more benefits to the residents. First and foremost, using the point-based system will encourage people to live a healthier life, a healthier and more environmentally friendly lifestyle, as people will be motivated to register for gym membership and other sport activities to redeem their points in the community centers. Also, redeeming the point for free bus passes would encourage people to use public transportation, which will help reduce congestion and pollution on the road. Furthermore, redeeming points for what's it called? Yes, redeeming points for local event tickets would help support local businesses as many as many local businesses participate in this local event. Therefore, there's no point to put local again in this event. Sorry, in this event. Theref- Therefore, redeeming this ticket in the event will full stop. Redeeming this ticket at the event will boost sales as more people will attend in order to redeem their tickets. Will attend, sorry, I've put redeeming. I started it with redeeming. When local businesses perform well, this would eventually boost the city's economy. Then the last one, admittedly, providing cash rewards. Oh, sorry, you guys, sorry. I wanted to read somebody's comments. Okay, nobody said anything. So, okay, admittedly or undeniably, let's say undeniably. Let me use undeniably. I feel like it enters more in this with this cash this thing. Undeniably, providing cash rewards seem appealing and tend to offer more flexibility to the resident. However, these are all short-term benefits. Unlike the point-based short-term benefits, unlike the point-based reward system, which offers more long-term benefit to the resident and to both the to which offers more sorry offers more long-term benefits and is also more okay, which offers more long-term benefit and is also more impactful to the residents and the city. So for this reason, I support the adoption of the point-based reward system for the new incentive program. I want to for the new recycling program. So let's submit and see. That's tax 2, yes. Sorry, TikTok kicked me out before. They said I don't have activity. I don't know what they mean I don't have activity. with everything we have been studying since. So I'll submit. So one thing I would encourage, forget the fact that, oh, we are talking and I'm doing this. I always, like I said, during my exam, I had 6 minutes after I finished writing. For tax one, I had 5 minutes. For tax two, I had 6 minutes. And when I finished, I went outside because after writing is your speaking. And I wanted to go and drink water and stretch myself. And then I wanted my time to calm down. Like I said, I always let my time to calm down so that other people can finish and leave the hall. Because many people were speaking at that point. Because when you are in writing, you have a lot of people speaking at that point. So I wanted to allow my time to elapse. So even the 5 minutes I had in my email writing, I let it elapse before I started this one. And when I finished this one, I had 6 minutes. I said, okay, let me go and drink water outside. I went outside. The place to drink water is by the door there. So I went outside, I drank water, I stretched myself. I came back, my 6 minutes was still counting down. So when you are writing, I have time. And that time is left for me to make sure that I go over what I have written, reread it and try to make it coherent as possible, correct spellings and as much as I can. Although sometimes you may even reread it, like the other one, I didn't see that I didn't put L in health. You may still miss something, but reading it over again will help you to reduce mistakes. So try as much as possible when you are practicing to have the habit of having, even if I'm not saying have up to 6 minutes, have 3 minutes, 4 minutes. If you have 3 minutes, 4 minutes, it will help you to go over your writing. And for the fact that you know how to come up with your points, oh, look at what they ask you to discuss, be specific. What is the benefit that can come out of this? What is the benefit that can come out of this? Sometimes, okay, when I submit this one, I'll open another one. Sometimes it's not, they will not break it down individually like this, but when you read it, it might be one sentence, but when you read that one sentence, come up with two benefits. Once you come up with the two benefits, you already know that, oh, these are the points I want to develop. So me, I already know that. For instance, I was reading this one, I ran out of what I wanted to type. I continued here, and then I went back to finish here. That is exactly what I would do in exam. I'm not in a situation where people, oh, when you are stuck, you are there trying your best to be forcing what is not coming. When you are writing, eventually the inspiration will be coming. Even with your reading this thing, what's it called? In your reading practice, when you leave a question and you continue to answer, while you are answering, I'm not saying leave it, when you pick any one you are not sure and quickly move on to the next one. When you are answering other questions, you might, while you are trying to find answers to other questions below, you will eventually sometimes see the response to that one. But if you were wasting time there, you might not even get to other questions to answer them. So quickly we move on from, and don't let panic set in. Like for the person I said that was discussing with this week that had the exam today, like she's really good. That's one thing I know about her. But once she reads something and she see like, oh, she doesn't understand that word, or like there is big grammar, she start panicking. And that once she start panicking, she will not pick the right answer. So don't let panic. One thing I always tell myself, if you see one wrong answer, I cannot fail because of what I will tell you there's only one. Even if I miss another, I will still tell myself that's only one. Instead of, because that helps me to boost my confidence and still help me like, oh, to reduce the anxiety that, oh, I have failed this one. No, you are not doing, because once you read that, oh, okay, focus on the words you know and read it. That's for self reading. And then go and quickly pick your option. Go to the other ones. The essence is you can always, it's good to come back later and do not leave anyone unanswered anyways, especially for reading. Pick one something and just move on. So let's submit and see. I wonder the Odo that will get in this thing, but especially for this paragraph, I know it didn't really sit well with me, but we'll see. Yeah. We even have 11. Sorry, you guys, don't mind my. See, I have more composure, composure than this. So, see, I don't even know that we have up to 11 because see the paragraph I thought that I didn't even develop well. You see, that's even the one that have, oh, yes, these events. Okay, yes, at this event. So, like the paragraph I thought I didn't even develop, didn't even have much. Honestly, I was well, although yes, I know we came up with good ideas. So that's the point. I will open another one. We quickly, we have spent more time than I wanted to, but I will open another one. I'm not going to write it. I'm just going to tell you, oh, you see how you can develop your point. You will try to oh, how do we come up with points? We'll just discuss it, and then we'll call it a day. I've actually tried. You guys supposed to be paying me, but don't worry. We are doing it for vanity. So you see, do you if anybody want to screenshot, but this thing we did, I will try to post it on my page. So if you want to screenshot and replicate it, if you notice this where I write this thing is the write up I have on my page. Like it's been long. I stopped posting all this write up because I didn't have time to. I don't have time to always come. Saturdays and Sundays. Tomorrow again, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. That's 1 p.m. Mountain Day time. So tomorrow we'll do reading. I know somebody says speaking, but please go and watch the previous video on speaking. Then next week Saturday, I have work. By the time I'll come back from work, Nigerian people have gone to bed. If we have a lot of Canadian people, I can come on 5 p.m. Nigerian Mountain Day time. That's midnight for Nigerian people. If there are more Canada people that want me to come on, that still want you to come on Saturday, that's PM about that time. 5 p.m. I can be here. No, not say 5 p.m. 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. I can be here. But normally it's 1 p.m. Saturdays and Sunday. Okay. Okay, that means next Saturday I will not be available in the morning. I'm sorry. When I say money, I like money. Forget I'm doing this thing free. I too like money. So, anyways, I'm going to work. I don't normally work Saturday, but they called me to come and do it, so I will go. So, if you want to screenshot this, screenshot it, but I'll paste it on my page, and I'll paste it on my page. That's it. So, let's look at other survey questions. Okay, this one I've talked about it on my videos, or this one. So, for instance, let's see. I know this one I greatly talked about it in my video. I don't even need to. It was really easy to come up with one. Let me talk about another one. You can go and watch or check my write-up on my page. You can see. Let's look for one I've not talked about and see how we can come up with points. That's the habit I want you to come up with. How to come up with ideas so that you can have, if you have if you have up to 3 ideas that you talk about, it's easier for you to at least write something. There is no harm. And trust me, this thing is, even in terms of speaking and writing, it's great tougher than Celpip. So let's see. Let me see. I don't know. Farmers market. I don't know anything about farming, but let's read it and see how we can come up with points. I'm leaving here in the next, I don't know, but let's see. But very soon. Farmers market locations. Okay. Your local farmers market currently operates outdoor from May to October each year. Okay, that's summer. Summer trash fall. It's very popular and many residents enjoy open air activities and seasonal variety. The city has offered the market organizers a permanent indoor space so that the market could stay open all year round. However, if the market moves indoor, it will no longer operate in its current outdoor location. The market organizers are surveying local residents before making a decision. Choose the option that you prefer. Ajoke, yes, you don't miss the class. Where do you used to go? Why do you can watch the video later. Why do you prefer your choice? Explain the reason for your choice. Write 150 to 200 words. Okay, so let's say if you are choosing option A, let's see, the farmers market should move to a permanent indoor location and operate year round. So what are the ideas you can discuss here? I want us to come with I know it's always like 2 ideas and then you counter with the third one, but I want us to come up with 3 points here. So make it a habit, and then we can come up with 3 points here, and then maybe we'll call it a day. Then this one says the farmers market should remain outdoor and operate during the summer months only. So even this, so sorry, nay. The farmers market should move to. So if farmers market move to the permanent indoor, what are the reasons? Can somebody give me 1 point to come up with? If you have this question in your exam, I want to come up with points. You have 3 minutes. Let me see. What's the time? This is 3:45 now. Our 3 minutes. You guys say don't waste more than 3 minutes. You send me another one, but this, I will not answer it immediately after this class. I'm tired. The minute we finish, I want to fold my laundry and sleep. Maybe, but maybe tomorrow, send me another message. Try to send me message. If you send me, sometimes another person will send me. Many people, sometimes I'll come. If I'm working, I don't check my TikTok as often. And when I come, there are lots of messages. I'll just answer the ones I can and move on. I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring you, but please send me again. I'm sorry. Or what some people do is to leave a comment and say, "Oh, I sent you a message." I will now click on their profile and go to the message directly. I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring you. Uh-huh. So if you have this question in exam, you people are just shouting, wow, wow. You people should tell me, give me ideas. What will you, if tell me, I'm not forcing you to pick option A now. If it's option B, you pick. Tell me, locally sourced vegetable all year round. Okay, yes. That means you're supporting option A. Good. I prefer option B because I have more points. Okay, see, can we have your ideas? More income. Yeah, exactly. More income for the sellers. Yes. TikTok people, the fact that I say YouTube people, you people now did not talk again. Ah, Jesus, you people are 14. No, hey, please. So if you have this thing in exam, you don't know what to say. That's how, because sometimes I used to wonder, writing, why do people, I always feel bad when people say, oh, they have, especially when someone say they have 8 in right, I always feel bad, like that 8. Yeah. Because writing is, I don't want to say it's easy, but a whole lot of things you can discuss can sometimes be found inside here, this background story. Like this one now, if you are supporting this one, you will say that, hmm, okay, this one, like this one is even easy when you read it. Free, all round, more income because consistent income all year round, not like this one that the income only comes in through the summer. And then, like somebody said in YouTube, on TikTok, economic productivity, yes, the market will look more organized. That means if they are indoor, the fact that they are outdoor doesn't mean they are not organized. So it's not like they are very organized. If you go to outdoor market, yeah, like they have a shed there. It's not like they are scattered everywhere. They are organized. But I get your point. It's how you discuss it. Doesn't matter. There's don't mind me. There's no right or wrong. That's good. They are more organized. Okay, YouTube people are winning this time around though. TikTok people, they are overtaking everywhere. Yes. So if you're indoor, somebody said you can discuss more income, more availability of locally sourced vegetable all year round. Yes. But one thing I would, okay, all year round is you that know how you want to develop them. But for me, okay, if you want to if you want to, what's it called, support option B, what will you use to support option B? Because yes, I think option A is easier to come up with ideas for option A. Proper timing and more buyers for option B, for part point B. Okay, yeah, proper timing. I get what you mean, but I get what you mean, but yeah, because not all the because the local, okay, it depends on your environment anyways. For me, since I'm here, I'll say, because if you choose the, if I want to like counter, okay, if I want to support this point, it's easier, it's easy too, because you can say something like, oh, the local market, for instance, when you look at the purpose of this market is very popular. Many residents enjoy the open air activities and seasonal variety, and the purpose of this market is the fact that people get to enjoy this open air, which will be taken away from them. Another one is the fact that even if you move people to indoor, the vegetables are not available all year round because of winter, as farmers do not plant anything during winter. Hence, they will not make any sales. The what's it called, the indoor space will not be utilized during those periods. And yeah, the outdoor activities also bring like social activity. Yeah, exactly, during the ex- good, you see, during the, so you can, for each one, so you sit down, you read the sentences and you tell yourself, oh, what are the benefits of indoor? You people came up with many benefits. You have more than three, I think, on TikTok or on YouTube for more, for the point A. And then point B, you can say that going indoor defeats the purpose of the local farmers markets, because people use it as a medium for social activities, and also to enjoy the open air atmosphere, which going indoor would deprive them of. And then the second one is due to the weather condition or the climate condition in, you can, I don't know, you may be lucky and get this thing in the exam. So you can say you can write as if you're in Canada, but as if you're talking about farmers market in Canada. You can just say, oh, due to winter, even in Nigeria, because people don't plant anything now in dry season, right? So you can say, oh, that from November, all year round, that certain period that this dry season and nobody plants anything. So those, the indoor space will not be utilized, right? It will not, and the city will also will be spending money maintaining this space when it is not utilized, which is not cost effective. So this is it. If you're in Canada, you say, well, of course, winter, everywhere is covered with snow, nobody plants. So, and then if you have come up with 2 points here, the third one is for you to counter this one. You say, admittedly, that this one may, an indoor space may offer more longer income flow for the farmers. However, you will say that this is where the cost effectiveness will come in. The time not it will not be fully utilized at all time of the year, because the weather changes and farmers may not be are not able to plant in certain season, in certain at certain time of the year. And that is just it. I want to leave you at full clock. That will be in 7 minutes time. So let's look at another one, come up with, see how we come up with point again, and then we'll call it a day. Mm, digital banking survey, should we do this one, or senior activity center? You people should look and tell me anyone you want us. Building security access hour, rental building daycare. I want to see okay, should we do this one? Community, oh, we have done something in community center, but I like anything that has to do with public. Thank you, Zix. Is it Azikiwe? Sorry. Don't mind me. I'm looking for a question. Let me just open any one. It's fine. Evening class. Let's do the evening community class survey. Let's see. Oh, I don't know what. Let me see. Your local community center is planning to offer free evening classes for adults starting next month. Due to budget and space limit, they can only offer one type of class. The center is conducting a survey to determine which option would be more beneficial for the community. Choose the option you prefer, and why do you prefer that? And why do you prefer your choice? Explain your reasons for your choice. Write about 150 to 200 words. The first one is they can only up to, okay, why do you prefer your option? Offer language classes. Okay, which one will be more beneficial to your community? Offer language classes or offer computer skill classes? So if you are choosing this one, which one will be more beneficial to your in fact, your community where you are? Like this question, this question where you use it, apply it to your own community, because if you're not, I don't know where, if I be Ghana, you may be in Ghana or any other country. So think about your community. If they offer, what are the benefit that English class, language class, it might not be English or this thing, just limit it. If they are offering language classes, what are the benefits? What are the benefits? Or if they are offering computer skills classes. What are the benefits to your local community? Nobody is coming up with points. Yay! This is how we are going to do. 2 minutes have passed though since we opened this question. I'll be 1 minute. You two people, more money, personal growth. Yes, so what came to my mind is the fact you can start content creation. That might be. But it boils to that more money, exactly. It can be as a source, you can use it as a source of income. Like if you have computer skills, if you go with option B, Rosie, Dara, Rosie, is that what you mean? Is that what if you choose option B? Like, what are the reasons you're going to give in your exam? How will it benefit your community? Luchi, career development too. Mm-hmm. Okay. You can say like we are now in the world of technology where everyone needs to have needs computer skill set or to make use of internet activity. Baby boomers can improve their exactly. Oh, thank you, Zeke. That's a good point. Yeah, the older generation, as the baby boomers, they will be able to do so. Everybody will get to know how to use the basic, what's it called, basic computing skills, and also the use of internet, because we are in the world of technology, and they need to use the internet. If you want to now develop it for them, they need to use the internet to maybe communicate with their loved ones in another country or anything, and to also like, so what other points? You can educate young ones on computer literacy. Mhm. So, and then it can be as a source of income because there are so many computer based, exactly, reduce communication option A, easy flow of communication. Okay, yeah, easy flow, reduce communication barrier. Yeah. If you choose option A, that's reduce communication barrier. That's your first point. It will help new For instance, you say it will help new immigrants that came into, if you're choosing option A now, new immigrants, depending on your location, if a new member come into your this thing and the person doesn't speak, and engaging in the local, because I know why they put English and French here is because that's what they speak in Canada. So let's say it will help new immigrants learn new languages. For instance, people that come from in a non English speaking country will be able to learn English, and people that come from and also people that have interest in will be able to learn French. So it helps immigrants to be able to assimilate into the community faster. So you ask yourself, oh, what are the benefits this thing is going to offer? So now that you have your point, reduce by communication barrier, or and then help immigrants to assimilate faster. It's easier when you now start writing. You know that, oh, I have my 2 points. It doesn't matter, because even if when you are developing, then you are not developing where you maybe some of your sentences, at least you have two ideas. So they will mark some things in idea one, mark some things in idea two. Then when you are countering two, they will mark things there, and you will score well. So always break it down. How does this, you see which option would be more beneficial to the community? And that was why, like, beneficial to more job, travel advantage, more job opportunity. Thank you to learn new, send technological. Hey, you people, you thank you. Yeah, you see, that's how you come up with your. So come up with your ideas first. See now, we did this question in what's it called? I opened it in 5:57. I said in fact in this thing, okay, let's just say you use the first 4 minutes to come up with this idea. When you and you know how many minutes is this question? If you use the first 4 minutes to come up with your idea, and then you start writing, it will flow easily and you will finish. It's 4 o'clock. Let's call it a day. Thank you, you guys. I spent more than the time. I'm not going to spend up to this time again next time. Because I have my life to live. Bye YouTube and bye TikTok.